Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with another commentary guide, and today it's on Jhin. Now if you guys didn't know, Jhin is actually my favorite champion, but if you guys also know from my tier list, he is not in the best spot right now, which is why I don't really play him a lot. At one point in time, he was my most played champion, but ever since then I've been spamming a lot of Kai'Sa, and my Kai'Sa has about 10 to 15 games more than my Jhin, but Jhin is still my second most played champion, although Xayah is catching up and is like less than 5 games behind Jhin, so probably Xayah is going to be overtaking Jhin very soon, but Jhin is still my second most played champion. So this game is going to be really interesting. It's going to be very back and forth of a game. So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do here. So first up, we're in the laning phase. We're just letting them push in. We're just clearing the wave. So first up, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Jin's runes. Obviously Jhin wants to take fleet footwork because he has no mobility. Second rune, I have taken champion in this game, but you can also take brutal. You will see that I'll lose my champion sets really fast though. So here me and Tristana are getting into a bit of a skirmish. I managed to root the Tristana, which causes my Leona to actually miss her E, because she predicted that that Tristana would walk back, but she didn't because I managed to get off the route, which is really unfortunate miscommunication there. So Leona is brought really low, so we already have a major disadvantage in the laning phases. Leona can't really go in, if not she's just gonna instantly die. So we are at a disadvantage here. Gragas is also at full health. Tristana is about half health, and I'm at like 3/4 health, so it's still fine. But for the second and third rune, you can go for whatever you want, but I've taken Hunter Titan and Sweet Tooth as per usual, which is what I like to take on pretty much every AD carry. So here, Leona has taken the fruit and is at a decent amount of health, about half. So here we're just going to continue clearing the wave. Master Yi is in the area, but he's not giving us a gank. He's just farming up his red side jungle. So he goes for full red side jungle clear. Now he's going to blue side. But here we have hit level 4, and so has Tristana. So Tristana is using her E to clear the wave, which is why she's always pushing us in. Jhin has pretty good wave clear, but if Tristana decides to use her E and clear the wave, there's not a lot we can do. So here, Leona goes in on the Tristana. I whiff my W, and we're gonna try to do as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, Leona falls down to Tristana, and Tristana is really low, but I can't simply just run up at them. I do get off my 4th shot on Tristana, which brings her pretty low, but I can't really do anything much from there because Gragas is there. He's gonna stop me and I'm just gonna die. Furthermore, Tristana hit level 5, so she does have her Buster Shot to disengage from me, so it's not a good idea for me to do anything here except to just stay and farm the minions. Now Twisted Fate actually teleports in and kills the Tristana, but he does go under tower, which allows the Gragas to body slam him back into the tower range, and Twisted Fate dies for it. So it's a 1-for-1 trade between Twisted Fate and Tristana, but considering that Leona died as well, it's overall unfavorable for our team, so that's really unfortunate. But I couldn't really help Twisted Fate there since he ported like almost off, pretty much off my screen, so I couldn't really even do anything about it. So here, if you guys can see, we have picked up a BF sword as well as a serrated dirk. So now the strategy for building Jhin is to buy a BF sword first to just get that flat 40 AD to have more damage in the laning phase, and then go for Youmuu's Ghost Blade to have not only the penetration but also the Ghost Blade passive of the movement speed. So here, me and Leona combo really well, and we root Gragas for days. So here, I get off my ultimate to try to snipe the Gragas, but Leona actually manages to get off the snipe with her ultimate. And here, I'm about to beat the Tristana in the trade, but here we face one of those Jhin problems where we run out of bullets. So, between me and Tristana there, I believe I was gonna win the trade if I had just one more bullet, which I of course did not. So, you know, we have faced the normal Jhin problems of running out of bullets, and we don't have any damage, so our DPS is just stunted at that moment. So unfortunately, we do die to the Tristana, which it's really sad, but you know, what can you really do about it? We couldn't really run away anyway, so it's either I died or she died. Unfortunately, I was the one who died. So here I'm just going to quickly clear the wave, and then I'm going to rotate over because the first dragon, which is Infernal, has spawned. So here Master Yi is dead, so what we're really trying to do is to stop them from getting the dragon. Here we kill the Rengar, which opens up the door for us to take the dragon. But unfortunately, what really happens is I get ulted by Diana, and then Tristana gets a triple kill on me, Garen, and Leona. So that's really unfortunate. And also Master Yi has gone to top lane instead of coming to Dragon. No idea what this Master Yi is doing. So he instead decides to farm the Krugs, from the Gromp, and you know, he's just at the wrong place from the beginning. So the Dragon is still up, and the entire enemy team more or less is there, with the exception of the Darius. You guys see Rengar is there, Diana is there, and as well as Gragas. Tristana is just pushing bot. So what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to redirect ourselves to bot to stop her from you know, getting too much from the tower. So she did already get a plate, but we want to stop her from getting anything more. So here, look at this. This is Jhin's best feature. He clears the wave instantly. So one E and one Q and like an auto attack or two is gonna clear the wave instantly. So that is the best part of Jhin, despite the wave clear nerf that he caught on his E. Still great. So we do catch that Gragas has warded the river bush, so we know that that's warded. That's important information. So meanwhile, the Dragon is still up. No one is really going for it. Gragas is in the area, but you know, he's not going to do anything about it. So we're just going to quickly clear the wave with our crit bullet as well as our E and Q, which instantly clears the wave. Now we're just sitting around the warded bush here. You know, our team is not anywhere near. The Twisted Fate has gone top. Master Yi is farming his blue buff, and Garen is, you know, still top. So there's no action on the Dragon, but we do have the Dragon warded, so we can see if the enemy is up to anything. So here Diana has come in for a gank. Nice ult by both Gragas as well as Leona. Gragas ult did split me and Leona up, which allowed them to get off a lot of damage on Leona, but unfortunately, you know, we just get dived by all of them, and there's really nothing we could do here. The moment we saw Diana, we are retreating, but because of the Gragas ultimate, we could not really do that. And then it's too little too late. We can't really do anything about it. They just dive us. They straight up dive us. The tower doesn't really even help us. So, you know, it's a clean dive from the enemy team. I'll have to give them credit for that, and which allows them to secure the Infernal Dragon. Of course, Master Yi is nowhere to be seen. He's farming top. So you know, everybody faces the problems of you know, junglers that ignore objectives. You know, you have so-called junglers who don't do too well, like they just ignore objectives and they're not really doing what they should. But you know, everybody faces the same problems regardless of the elo. I'm really sure that in higher elo, like in Diamond or whatnot, you're probably still gonna find junglers who have no idea what they're doing, and you have no idea why they're even playing the jungle position. So here we just want to get a tower plate. We do, and we're gonna, you know, here we have the tower plate. We're gonna get out, but what do you know, Diana is back and she's ganking us again. So here I'm trying to escape, and here I flash. You know, I did not mean to flash there, but somehow I thought the Rengar was my teammate, and I saw that I had backup, and then I flashed. But later, after I died, I realized that, wait a minute, that's the Rengar. So it's actually a 4-man gank on the bot lane. So, you know, it was a mistake for me to use my flash there. I got confused. But anyway, it looks like Master Yi is going to be cleaning up. He does pick up the kill on the Diana. Garen has to flash away from the Tristana. Tristana is now really fed. She's 625 with an IE and a static shift completed already. So Tristana is going to be doing big damage. On our side, we have the BF Sword and Yomu's Ghost Blade completed, so we're also going to be doing some damage, but we're 0-4-2, so we're not doing too hot right now. And our team in general is not doing too hot, with the exception of the Garen. The Garen is just keeping us in the game at the moment. And if you guys can see, the enemy team has a 7k goal lead on us already at about 9 minutes into the game, so things are not looking really good for my team. Rengar is at the blue buff, so what are we going to do? Of course, we got to collapse on him, you know. Tristana and Gragas are pretty distracted in the mid lane, so we're going to try to do something about it. Darius runs into all 4 of us. You know, this is a really poor move by Darius, and I do pick up the kill with my 4th shot. Somehow he thinks that he can run into basically the entire enemy team with no consequence. You know, obviously not, so we're going to, you know, just destroy him. He only has 1 completed Triforce. He's not even that tanky. And he's not even far ahead. He's 1-3 at that point in time. So we punish him for, you know, just coming in to grab us. He probably was trying to kill me, because he did apprehend me and then use his second skill on me. But, you know, we're just gonna recall pick up the swift boots because our team is not really fighting at that point in time. But now it looks like our fight is about to break out. I'm running as fast as possible. I'm running really fast because of Youmuu's, the swiftness boots, and the boots active. So I managed to run all the way to my team, and just as the fight is about to break out. So here, this is not really the best fight because we're very behind. But what happens, Gragas flashes in and tries to get off a huge ultimate, but he misses the ultimate completely, which basically means he just dives under tower. Here I managed to get the shutdown on the Tristana and the kill on the Diana as well, which is absolutely huge. So now that puts the gold deficit on our team to 5k instead of 7k. So just that fight alone allowed us to catch up. And Darius runs into 3 of us again. He gets CC'd by me, and we pick up the kill on the Darius as well. So now the gold deficit is about 4.5k after the Darius kill. So here I'm just gonna back off because the enemy team is all respawning, so we don't want to push too much. But Masi sets on the Rift Herald, a pretty strange move because I did ping to go to Dragon, which is normally a good move to set down Herald before Dragon, but Dragon still needs 10 seconds to spawn, so I don't think that was the best move. But we at least got a good fight where we shut down the Tristana, who has a ton of kills, and also got a lot of kills on them, like the Diana and the Darius. So we're sort of trying to turn the game back in our favor. Rengar is in the area. We're just gonna clear off the ward on the Dragon, so they don't really know if we're doing it. So Rengar and Diana, for some reason, is really overextended, going onto our Twisted Fate. So we're just gonna punish them for it. We're gonna kill both of them, and that allows us to turn and go for the Dragon with 2 of them down. So whenever you're winning the game, you never want to be overconfident, because if you guys see, from a 7k gold deficit, we're now at about a 2k gold deficit. So 2 major mistakes in a row can turn the entire game around. We got a triple kill in the mid lane, and now we got a double kill in the bot lane. So now the game is relatively even at this point in time, and I've managed to get 3 kills, which allow me to complete my Infinity Edge as well. So now I'm doing some good damage here. So here Darius gets rooted by me again and gets chain CC. Leona stuns the rest of the team. Darius gets killed by Master Yi, and we kill Diana. Now only Tristana and Gragas are left, so Twisted Fate gonna get off the root. In the backline, Rengar is destroying our team, by the way, so I do manage to get another kill on Tristana. Nice gold card by Twisted Fate, gives me the double on the Gragas. Rengar has finished killing the rest of our team, so he's back to kill me, and I barely don't make it out alive. I was gonna flash the wall there, but right as I reached the wall, Rengar did get the kill on me, unfortunately, so I don't get away with my life. But overall, that's still a positive trait for us. It's a 4 for 2, so that's still really good for our team. And if you guys see now, the goal deficit is only 1k, so we're definitely getting back into this game. So the enemy team has like 3 bad fights in a row, and we're definitely in the game now. Now the game is relatively even at this point, so we're all gonna have to play well to actually win this game. But what's happening here is my team is going to be pushing top because the top tier 1 tower is still up. Nice ult by Twisted Fate to see where everybody is. Unfortunately, I'm going down to bot lane. There's a huge wave here, and if I don't clear it, it's going to do major damage to the tower, so I can't really help my team at the moment. The better decision is to clear the bot wave, because that gives me a huge load of gold, which can get me more items. And also I'm going to clear another wave because the entire enemy team was top with some people mid, so they're not going to be rotating to bot so fast. So it's pretty safe for me to clear out at least another wave, as you guys can see here, before I run away. So as I clear the wave, I run away. I spot Diana on the ward that I placed down there as I was on the way. So really important thing to note, your tier 1 tower is down. You want to be putting a ward over there at that bush, which I spot Diana in, so you can see when enemies are coming around the long way to gank you. So that spot on Diana managed to allow me to run all the way back to behind my tier 2 tower to recall. If not, I might have got caught out by her and die, which is of course not what we want. So here, sorry, not Tristana. Leona gets a huge engage on the Tristana, and I actually managed to follow up with the root after the W, but unfortunately we don't manage to pick up the Tristana. Here I'm actually aiming for the Gragas, who barely body slams his way out of my range, so my 4th shot did not connect, so we don't pick up the kill on Gragas, unfortunately. So here Rengar is all alone, and this part is really unfortunate. Honestly, I was thinking that we're collapsing two people on both ways. There's no way Rengar escapes. I was thinking I'm just gonna clear the wave, let my team pick up the Rengar, but who knows, Rengar out of nowhere jumps me from the bush and kills me before he dies, which makes it really worth for him because he gets a 1-for-1 trade on me, when what really should have happened is he should have just died with no one dying. So that was me being really overconfident on my part, or rather the bigger problem was that I didn't really understand. I'm not saying didn't understand, I wasn't used to playing against Rengar, so I didn't realize that he could jump so far from that bush and, you know, basically assassinate me. I thought that his jumping was a lot smaller than that, but what I learned the lesson the hard way, I guess, which is that Rengar just jumps, you know, really far and just kills you instantly. My team was a bit too far away to help out, so I just get destroyed by Rengar is what happens. I just get destroyed by Rengar, and, you know, lessons learned, I'm not going to be doing that in the future. So here my team is going into a huge fight when I'm not around. Thankfully nothing too much comes of it. Master Yi dies, but not too much else. I'm back here in the fight. I managed to pick up the kill on the Tristana before dying. Obviously, this is not too good because it's a 2-for-1, where me and Leona died and for the kill on Tristana. Although we did manage to kill the most important person on the team, so it's not the worst scenario in the world, but ideally we want to avoid negative trades. Thankfully, I did manage to get off my 4th shot on the... Alright, I don't know if it's the 4th shot, but a basic attack on the Tristana to secure the kill. But unfortunately, that huge fight in the top lane that killed 2 of us and Master Yi also fought previously allows Rengar to secure the Ocean Dragon. So unfortunately, the enemy team has the 2 best dragons, being the Ocean as well as the Infernal Dragon. So that's not really good for us. And the gold deficit has increased to 3k. So the enemy team, you know, is getting some positive traits in terms of kills with us at the moment. So, you know, that's not really good. So the game is really tense, really back and forth. In the meantime, we did pick up our rapid fire cannon as well as our Executioner's Calling, which will help with all the healing on the enemy team, which there is quite a bit of. And we're also going to pick up the Zanya's Hourglass to prevent ourselves from getting assassinated by Diana or by Rengar. So it's going to really help us help our survivability. So here we have respawned. You know, we're gonna go down mid lane, get off a nice route, and, you know, it's a lot of us, but they do manage. Gragas does manage to get a good disengage ultimate, but Master Yi with his Highlander comes and cleans up. Here we have our huge damage. We get the kill on Diana. Rengar jumps out of the bush again, but this time I have my Zanyas ready, so I'm gonna Zanyas. I'm gonna flash away. Then I'm gonna try to kite the Darius. Darius does pick up the kill on the Leona though, but however he's not going to be able to escape from me and Garen. I get another root off on the Darius. I've gotten off so many roots off on the Darius with my W this entire match. But Garen does pick up the kill on the Darius, and we do get a clean A. So what we're going to do is, originally I was thinking of doing Baron, but as you guys can see, Master Yi is pushing bot lane, so he's really far away. What we're instead going to do is we're going to push their mid inhibitor. So now always know this is that if you're thinking of either Baron or inhib, always go for an inhib, because Baron is meant for you to, the Baron buff is meant for pushing anyway, so if you can push without the Baron buff, just go for it. So we pick up the mid inhib, Master Yi picks up the bomb tier 2, and this brings us to an actual goal lead. So now for the first time in the game, my team is actually 2k gold ahead of the enemy team, or actually now about 1k gold. We're 1k gold ahead of the enemy team, so the goal has swung in our favor. So now we're actually doing well after that ace on the enemy team. So this game, you know, is really volatile. Every small mistake counts, and, you know, everything matters. I don't want to be overextending here, as I'm saying every small mistake counts. I don't want to be making a mistake here. So here we're just going to be clearing the wave. You know, it's nothing much is happening for now. We have a major advantage because we got the mid inhib. So here Rengar engages on Leona, and Diana tries to come from the side, but this is not a fight we want to take, because although me and Garen are doing the best on our team, however it's a 5v3, so we don't really want to, you know, do that. Master Yi is on the way, and Twisted Fate is on the way as well. Here we're doing the Baron dance. Our team wants to start at Baron, but the entire enemy team is alive and in the area, so we're just gonna be, you know, pretty much just going around the area. Here I get a shot on the Baron just to bait the enemy team to thinking that we're doing Baron, and to come for us, but Master Yi gets the wrong message and he starts focusing the Baron non-stop. But what we should be doing is, don't focus the Baron, you should kill the enemy team first. So here I get some big damage here, but unfortunately everybody comes from all directions and I'm just gone. So what's instead happening, if you guys can see, look at the map. Twisted Fate's pushing mid, and Twisted Fate's pushing mid, and Twisted Fate still pushing mid, and Twisted Fate is gonna be ending the game by himself through a back door. So we didn't even meet Baron. The whole Baron fight, it was a sham, it was a ruse, it was a distraction, and Twisted Fate picks up the victory for our team. So that was a really, really epic match, you know, insane ending. So we're just going to quickly take a look at the stats. As you guys can see, Garen MVPs, you know, he was really carrying our team there. We did do really well as well. So we're going to quickly take a look at run over the builds. Twisted Fate, his build is alright. Most Twisted Fate like to start with Rod of Ages. He goes for both Lich Bane and Nash's Tooth. Technically nothing wrong. It's all personal preference when it comes to that. Leona's standard build. Jhin, this is now his pretty standard build. Garen actually goes for something pretty interesting. Most Garens will go for Black Cleaver or Triforce first before they go tank, but this Garen straight up just goes Sunfire Aegis into Bramble Vest, into Death's Dance, then Thornmill and Starrick's Gauge. So and he does have TP, of course. So this probably actually might have actually won us the match, because Garen was tanking so much damage and his base damage is pretty high as well. So Garen was carrying us on the early part of the game before I got enough damage to actually start carrying the team. It allowed me and Master Yi to hit our power spikes and begin carrying the team in terms of damage. So this Garen played really well. Master Yi standard build. Tristana standard crit build. I like that build. Diana standard build. Rengar, Youmuu's pretty standard. I don't really like the rest of his build though. Triforce and Starrick's not really good on Rengar. Righteous Glory, also a little bit of a questionable decision there. Gragas goes for a standard AP build, then goes into Fimble Winter. No idea what he was thinking there. If you want to build that, either build it earlier into a tank Gragas build, or just don't build it at all. He builds it way too late, so it hasn't even been able to upgrade to its higher form. Darius, standard build, so it does go quite well. So if you guys look at the KDA, Twisted Fate doesn't do too well. Leona, you know, not too bad. A lot of assists. I did die a ton of times, honestly. I died 8 times, but you know, Jhin has no mobility. It's really easy to die if there's no one to peel for you. Although my team does have 2 tanks, so dying 8 times is still horrible on my part. Garen, of course, dies really little. But now we're going to take a look at the numbers. Alright, so here we have the numbers. As you guys can see, we did the most damage, 32k. Tristana came really close to us, of course, and honestly, I was feeling that I was doing a lot of damage towards the later part of the game, but I didn't expect to be doing the most damage. I honestly thought that it would be either Diana or Tristana that did the most damage, but actually, Jhin does so much damage. Although if you look at the damage that I have taken, it's comparable to Leona, and it's nearly as much as Garen, so I died way too many times. I was out of position a couple of times, and you know, I took so much damage. I just died so much. That was not good, but I did output a ton of damage though. So Garen does a decent amount of damage as well, nearly as much as Master Yi actually. And you know, Garen really carried our team. He really deserves that MVP. And I do somehow get the most teamfight participation as well, which is really good, of course. Master Yi does alright. Tristana does pretty well, honestly. She did get an A, so she does pretty well. Diana did pretty alright. The entire enemy team did pretty alright, with the exception of Darius. Darius honestly didn't really do too well, but yep, that's about it for this video. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and goodbye.